Hey all, Taves here, back playing some more Planet Zoo, and we are back. It's been it's been a couple of weeks for me, but secret things have been happening in the background. If you've missed any of the streams, this is technically episode 4 of the Serenity project. So I have just joined this team. It's a collab project between Thrive and Zekin and Phidiaz, and there's been a couple of guys that have sort of jumped in and jumped out. Eben was on the last one. Doing work in some of his magic. So yeah, I've been watching this for a little while, and I really loved what the guys have done. It's kind of a super modern kind of Zoo of the future, although not like distant future. That was the brief. And I've been watching this for a while and thought I'd love to get involved with this and see if I can kind of add something to the team. It's already an really awesome team. So we're going to be cutting in a second to touring around, walking around with these guys. They haven't seen it yet, so I'm a little nervous. So you guys will be seeing it at the same time that they see this. So hopefully it's on the channel and that everybody hasn't hated what I've done. Right, guys. So we've got Thrive and we've got Zekin and we've got Phidiaz. Phidiaz, am I saying that right, or am I pronouncing your name wrong?
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Awesome, right? So we haven't. I just said in my intro, we haven't met yet. And none of these guys have seen anything. And this is both me and Phidiaz have added stuff in this session. So yeah, we're just going to kind of do a tour round, and then these guys are going to shout at me when there's something that I've changed that they didn't want to change. Hopefully that doesn't happen too much.
Nah.
The first thing I've changed is, and this is a really sort of simple thing, we're in Tegid Cam. So for peeps on my channel who've never seen this before, this is episode 4, right? So yep. Thrive had the last episode on his channel. And yeah, so a lot of this awesome work was done. And as I said in the intro, like I just kind of wanted to see if I could jump into this team and help out, do what I could do. I was just noting some derpers over in the car park. We'll just ignore. So I changed something in the car park because I wanted to basically make it. I'm not really sure why these guys are stuck. I wanted to make it so that people came from the car park as well as from the entrance over there. So if we can actually get these guys to unlock from whatever they're doing. They don't seem very happy, do they? It
looks like they're dancing.
Yeah, they've had a dose of that thing that Keeper Adams had in the. Little maracas. Basically, what I've done. Oh, here we go. So everyone comes from the toilet at the moment.
That looks nice.
There will be. I was thinking maybe we could do kind of a couple of other these, but if you watch what these guys do, so if we follow these guys. They'll basically go over, so it's a spawner in the toilet, and they will come over, and obviously this will work better when it's busy. They'll come over to here, because hidden in here is a park entrance, and they basically just come over and bump it. They just kind of stand in front of it, and that's them entering the park. So they're going to take a minute to get over it, but take my word for it. And the reason why I did that was because obviously when they're not in the park yet, they don't throw litter and stuff, so you don't have to worry about there being no keepers and things out, no caretakers and stuff out here. And it works really well because it actually looks like they're coming to get a parking ticket for the car park. There's this sense of suspense that I've created around
That's
this.
really, really cool and smart. Wow.
So wait, they come over and they just do that, and then that's it. They're in the park now. So now.
That is really cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of neat. And you can do that loads of times. So like you can do that we could have more than one of these little entrances.
Yeah.
So that was the first little thing. Because you created this such an awesome car park, but no one was in it. And so I was like, how can I get people into this car park? I mean, obviously there's some issue with these derpers, but maybe they're a permanent fixture now. They just live there. So yeah, guys come from the tunnel and then there's another bit up here. So what I'm going to do, just stop me when I'm talking too much, guys. This is I have a bit of a tendency to talk. Is I'm going to take you into the park, and then I'll show you the bits that I've done, and then I'll show you the bits that Phidiaz have done. So the thing I said that I wanted to kind of do was try and like do something that I felt like it brought it all together, because it felt a little bit to me like, and I think I'd sort of said this to you guys in the chat, like loads of really cool things, but because I think you've had a few different people change in and out of the project, it felt like it kind of needed at this stage now something to kind of bring it together, like a bit of a kind of a vision that
to
kind
tie
of,
it all together.
exactly, right? So I just went to the name really and was like, you've called it Serenity, which I love the name. It works with the kind of futuristic zoo idea that you're doing, or the kind of the not too far in the future. But and so I was like, what makes me feel serene? And that was what I then tried to then apply. That's a bit, I mean, it's a bit fluffy to say, but that's what I was trying to then do. So hopefully we'll kind of see that as we go through. So we'll zoom along. We won't go to that building first. And there's a few things that hopefully you'll notice as we kind of come in. So this was the stuff that was added by Eben in the last episode, which is so nice. I did just a few things with lighting. I'll show you the night later. And I've done a few things with pathing and things. Again, I wanted people to interact with the ticket booth. So they go over and they kind of go to look like, so these guys that come in from here are not in the park. They come up and they go over towards the ticket windows. It's not perfect yet because they go to this like closed one because I've done the same thing where they basically go over and just bump that window and then they're inside the park.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
But it gives you this effect that they then interact with the tickets. And then I did a few things where I just added stranded some of these guys around and did some path work down there so they come up from those bits. So then the big thing I wanted to make sure I did, and this is where it's all going to start feeling different. Part of that serene thing was like, it needs some nature. It needed some nature, both for the idea of it being serene, but also like I felt like this plaza was always going to be really hot because it had no shade. So I added quite a lot of trees in, but wanted to make sure that Thrive, your trees, you're like these are is it Gardens in the Bay or something in Singapore that's based on?
Yeah.
It's the Singapore
something like that.
Trees.
So I wanted to make that like a really impactful reveal. So I've kind of hidden them because what you were getting is that they were chopped by the building. So what I've done is I've basically like hidden them, or sort of hidden them away a little bit until you get to the point where you can actually see them completely. Which
sight lines.
Yeah, which is like here. And this, when we see this in the dark, this is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah. That's good.
And so I wanted to like a few things. Like this is basically, if you look how I've done these little buildings and things, is they're all kind of, I'm pointing at my screen, but you can't see this, but like they all point you into the park. You see how everything kind of points you at that?
So it's like the focal point.
Exactly,
basically.
Yeah. So I've got some ideas on the kind of lore of the zoo, which we'll talk about in a minute. And again, Tycoon.
I love the rock
added
detail
so much
in the planters.
Yeah, these
incredible. Wow,
looks amazing. These I've done all kind of throughout. So these are like the little bits. In fact, I feel like in quite a lot of places I've sort of simplified some stuff. So I've taken some stuff and moved it for places that we would definitely be able to use later in the zoo, in order just to kind of do things like, so this was like my kind of like little serene palette. So this is the kind of roughness and the nature thing, but then these are supposed to be kind of almost kind of modern architecture references. And then just in a lot of places kind of just simplified it. So simplified some of the colors, made sure like the colors of the These I think were steps before, or almost like architectural steps.
They're supposed to be like steps that could also be used as a seating area.
Oh right, well you probably wouldn't want to sit on it now because it's supposed to all be kind of little water features. Which again, I basically just nicked this idea from round here. So this was like, again, I don't want to like reinvent. I just want to make it feel kind of consistent, which is what that. So that's kind of stealing that.
I get what
looks incredible.
I get what you wanted to do.
So let's go to the so yeah, these are all like slightly like the colours of this, like how these are white. And it goes away from the view. It's the darker colour. That again is to like point you in towards the trees, heading down towards the actual zoo parts. So we'll go up there in a minute. We'll go up the steps. We're going to go left first.
Wait, can I just say, I love how more lush the whole place looks.
Yeah,
the trees add a lot to it.
It definitely
it feels a lot more complete.
I was sort of carefully trying to make sure that I'd never block the big. And actually, what funnily enough, I think by adding the natural trees, it kind of emphasizes your trees thrive.
Yeah, I agree. It does.
Yeah,
it does do that.
Kind of draws your eye towards them.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's how they did it in Singapore as well, because they have gardens surrounding the trees.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is like a garden, isn't it, in Singapore?
Yeah, it's like a plant theme park, technically.
Okay, so we'll go down this way. We'll hop. I'm very slow in Tangent Cam at the moment for some reason. I feel like I'll just zoom up a bit. So I've done a few things, like just kind of added these. This is not done. The bit between where the plaza is and your station, Phidiaz, isn't done yet, but I just did like a little. I was trying to create things that were like palette objects, so that like, you know, when we have something that's kind of like an ATM or something, that it's kind of treated like that, and then the same with these little bins.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Which is a little custom bin. So this is actually a bin, and then I've got a continuation of this kind of water features and stuff running down the side.
Oh, you took out Phidiaz's sine wave structure.
Yeah, like I haven't taken it away. I've just moved it because I've just felt like it. I don't know what I was doing was the kind of simplified thing was part of that like Serenity thought. That was like just simple. Like we could definitely have those things occurring later, but the plaza I felt needed to feel like a bit more kind of consistent. And I think we had some like log things running across the top, and then another set of logs running along here, and they just didn't. I think they just did too much, like just a bit too, like really. They look really cool, but layering on top of each other, I felt for me just was a bit. It just benefited from being a little bit simplified. So let's go back. Let's go back this way. Right. So before we get to these buildings, I think I said this to you, Zekin. One of my thoughts was like, how do I make sense of the fact that this huge, great big plaza is here, and there's no, like the zoo bits were going to be quite far, kind of set back because we haven't got any animals in the immediate vicinity of the plaza. So what I was thinking was maybe it made sense that actually this whole building was here as like a research facility or something before, and then got extended on to be a zoo. And so what I did in order to do that was just take the stuff that you already had down that end, which was the Wava Research Centre, and add like building B and building C. These have not been fitted out yet with desks and stuff. But these.
Oh, love the doors.
That's actually your door, Phidiaz. I just nicked it from the station.
Oh,
they look really cool.
If I remember, the doors were actually a workshop item. I can't exactly remember who they were from. It also came with the revolving door set as well.
Oh, cool. Oh, that was in there as well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get to that in a little minute. So yeah, these are just supposed to be. I think once we've got kind of things in here, I don't know. the lighting's doing odd things. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I think once you've got stuff in it will just kind of make sense that there's like loads of people would have been here originally, and that's why the plaza was put in. So there's a lift back there. We'll get to that, and then there's just another one of these smaller buildings on this side. Custom aircon things. And then this comes back out to the car park.
Okay. I was thinking that maybe it blocked off the entrance and then everything, but you just made it look, tying it really cool.
Yeah, I can't remember what I've done, but I've got something in here. I think I've got like a staff path in here from blocking guests from coming in this route, because I didn't want them coming in through the but just to kind of infer that this is an entrance into entrance or something. And I've sort of continued
really awesome.
A little bit down this way.
The circles on the walls are lights, right?
Say that again?
The circles on the walls are lighting fixtures, right?
Yeah, so you'll get these when I do the night thing. These are lights.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've put those in.
Because I don't recognize them, so.
No, they're actually just they're like one of the pot pieces or something. With a
they
light,
look good with it.
Okay.
With a light and with one of the little baubles inside it. Oh, that's not right. One of the little ball. I'm pressing all the buttons now. One of the little baubles inside it.
The lights fit it very well.
Yeah, they give kind of enough of a like luminance, but not too much. Okay, so let's go up the main path now. It's good to see everybody actually heading up this main path. Although they have started, interestingly, I don't really know why, they have started exploring some of the other routes. They have started going that way. I've done nothing really that way other than this, change the ramps and things. So let's come up here. So I loved all this, and again, some of it I've simplified. So this is probably the bits where you're going to be like, oh, where's my thing? Where's my thing gone? But I felt like it needed it. It didn't feel like some of the things that we had in here fit to the sort of the lushness that I wanted to put in here. So I changed this very slightly. I think this was yours, Zekin, this water feature, which I really love. I found actually one of these. These are one of the like concrete pots. Oh my god, what am I doing? Come here. Oh my god. You know what it is? It's because we've got all of the
I recognize
the
that
grass
piece,
under the floor. So I just flipped it over because it gives you this nice beveled edge.
Makes it look really much
more
more
good.
better.
Much more
I like
good.
I like that you used the wood pieces. They add a bit of a contrasting texture to it.
Exactly. Right. So what I was doing was thinking, again, this is like a little bit of a visual pointer. Again, like point you towards the trees, point you down the path. But they're also like picking up the steps that you've got here, and like enough of a contrast to the original buildings that I was like, okay, this makes sense. These are like now zoo buildings rather than all that kind of white super modern stuff behind us was.
Yeah.
These are a nice contrast as well.
Yeah, they did kind of help break it up a bit. I changed the pathing and everything up here as well, just to soften it off with the gravel. Again, just to kind of make it a bit lusher. So I'll show you those two buildings in a second, but yeah, just continued all this kind of stuff here. Again, they're pretty kind of similar sort of ideas, just kind of to roughen things up, create these little sitting areas.
I just love the rock work. It looks so cool.
Yeah, this
those
spot,
temple pieces.
they are godsend.
It helps so much.
There's about 1 million of them now in this already. there's several hundred of them already in every little spot. But yeah, and also like all the little roots and things just kind of help break up the soil and stuff. He looks like he's taking a pee. I hope he's not. And then I started doing things that were like little zoo things. So these are supposed to be, I haven't done these yet, but little kind of pointers to where the path might lead to.
Yeah, but
And
they
then
might be a
go
little
in
too
here.
small though.
Well, so they're not going to be the only signs, but yeah,
Yeah,
they could
okay.
be. Font-wise, they could be a bit small. So I'll show you that one in a second. This was just a simple. So these are supposed to be. This is supposed to be
Whoa.
guest services. And I
Like
think,
how it's outdoors.
yeah, but they've got a shutter.
Yeah.
They've got like a little. See the little.
Oh.
So you pull this kind of across, if you want to shut it up, but it doesn't really matter because it is kind of undercover anyway. But yeah, just thought that was kind of nice little thing as you were coming down this path. Oh, they did actually look like they were They looked at them and were like, "No, you're boring. Let's move on." And then on this side, so I feel like I've probably made a rod for my own back here. This will make sense in a second, but because one of you said, I can't remember who it was that said it, Zoo of the Future. So this is the one thing that I did on the stream, and I sort of said to the stream, zoos don't really have audio guides, do they? But then I was basically like, why don't they? They can have audio guides, can't they? So this is the Attenborough. This is the David Attenborough audio experience.
Oh,
So
I love that.
Yeah.
I love David Attenborough. So this is really cool.
good. I'm glad you all know who he is. I was a bit worried. So the idea is supposed to be that you get one of these little audio guides and you take it to a particular point, and the little audio thing that's got like a chip in it or something fires off. So there's a couple of places we'll see them as we go round, where you'll see the little points. This is also the entrance into the peacock habitat. That door back there. So the keepers will come. This is nothing behind this door is finished, but they'll go through that door and enter into the habitat. So I just messed around with the grass and stuff. So that's actually technically outside. This is technically outside the habitat, and then this is inside the habitat.
Okay.
So it makes sense when you see the peacocks. They won't run out of the habitat, obviously, but it basically just looked. It was an easy way of hiding the gate.
Yeah.
I kept all of your beautiful playground here because actually now it started to feel like it made sense here.
Yeah.
But again, it's just a bit softer with some more trees and some, little benches for parents to sit and watch the kids while they're playing, that sort of thing. So if we just move down the path, so we'll go across the front. Oh, so here's one of the audio points,
Cool.
right? So this is, you walk up to this,
Wow.
and then it tells you some stuff. Bevy. Anyone know what a bevy is? I had to look this up. I don't know it, but bevy
Honestly, I don't.
bevy is a name of the
No.
name for a family of peacocks or peafowl.
Okay.
And the collective noun is an ostentation, which I just thought was perfect.
How do you
Ostentation
get
How do you
of
get
peafowl.
the font that's below, like below the points thing? Sorry.
Say
it's
that
like-
again. You're getting a little quiet.
Sorry, I'm talking about how you got the name of the experience in there.
Oh, the Attenborough experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of prompt you that, and this is supposed to be like point 2, point 1 is over there. Yeah, and so there's loads of peafowl in here now. You can't. Oh, there's one hanging about over there. And this bank I just kind of softened off and stuff and started introducing some zoo things. You already had this cool ant in here.
Yeah. That was by Kingdom, by the way.
Oh, that was from
forgot to mention that in
Kingdom.
the last video.
Awesome.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, very cool. There's one just chilling. So they will come all the way round now, all the way down and into your trees, Thrive. Which is super cool. So they all kind of, and they actually use the water down there sometimes, but they obviously can't escape. So if we head over here, so there's another board here. This is about the
Oh,
this is about the colours that the peacocks have. They've got some like light refracting crystals in their tail feathers, which is why you get such amazing like luminance and stuff from them. Everybody seems to be on their way down there, so we should go down. We should go down that way. Check out the station.
Yes.
So do you want to talk us through the station, Phidiaz?
Sure. So I was thinking, there's supposed to be a plaza around the front entrance, but obviously it's not done yet. I also created a custom logo for the trains, for the transit company of the zoo. And it's inspired by like those Tomorrowland fonts that you would see in Disney World.
Yeah, really cool.
So, yeah, these are the revolving doors that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. Oh, these are actually the little sensor. I'd never actually noticed the little sensor at the front there.
Yeah, it's
cool.
they're actually the security cameras that they just wedged in there. So
yeah,
I guess in a way it's also functional as well.
Oh, excuse me. I'm coming through, lady.
So the interior of the station is inspired by those stations that are very modern and have like a really green feel to them. And I can't exactly remember the name of the station, but I tried to convert its design into like a monorail station that has a restaurant inside of it. And then there's another. The elevators over there are also from the workshop as well.
Yeah. This is a toilet, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
cool.
For the people in the station to use the facilities if they need to. So
yeah, I think the roof came out really nice.
Yeah, I love the roof.
Now that I look at it, it looks really cool because at first I wasn't really too sure about it, but I think it kind of ties in everywhere together.
Yeah, because
I love the clock in the back. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah. So basically,
this little seating area.
The theme for this is supposed to be maybe the zoo sits on what used to be an industrial site, and this used to be a warehouse. So they converted the warehouse into the monorail station and added all the glass panels on the top as well as the light fixtures. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, the panels on the sides, like near the top, are supposed to be filled in as well. So I couldn't find any pieces that would allow me to do that.
I tried to. I added a couple of bins in here to try and stop them from going down the middle, but it's not quite right.
They're also the guests are also phasing onto the path without actually taking the elevators or the escalators.
Yeah. There's not really much you can do about it, though.
Yeah. So
looks so cool.
Yeah. Also, if you look back at the station, I made those sort of leaf panels, I guess they're called. So
the sort of grate,
yeah, green walls.
So I was gonna say those look really cool.
Yes. So it's like I saw this image on the Google Images when I was searching up inspiration ideas. So, and then this came up, and I thought this would be a really nice addition to the station.
Yeah, it just softens it off, doesn't it? I think brings the nature into it even more.
Yeah, that's nice. The idea.
Yeah, this is so cool. Yeah, it's come together really nicely, I think, as well. So, were you thinking this would be like an eating area out here, or just a kind of bit more gardeny?
I'm thinking maybe we can do both.
Yeah, could do. Cool.
So, like, people don't have to actually go into the restaurant to buy the food and then go to the seats. So they can, if they want to have a picnic here, they can also do that. Oh yeah, also the seats inside the restaurant are functional as well.
Oh, the little booth seats.
Yeah, and then the area.
I like the little plants in the middle.
Yeah, cute, aren't they? Yeah, very nice. I don't think I noticed those before.
Yeah.
Super cool, super cool. I hadn't done much out here. I just did a little bit of dressing out here. There is there's a lift there on the back of that building as well.
I like those supports that you added.
I see the archer.
Yeah.
Oh, this, yeah. Well, I was trying to link your building together with mine, so I put these little supports, kind of just hanging off. Yeah, the archer's stuck in there forever. He guards the lift. So there's not loads more to see, but we'll carry on down. We'll go back up the top. I started this little kind of map thing, which is quite a different style because I'm trying to bring us towards the zoo now. But yeah, obviously it needs a zoo before you can have a map.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, as a suggestion, maybe we could take a tour on the monorail, get a sky eye view of everything.
Oh,
yeah, there's not because the monorail kind of goes off straight away. I think we're better off just to fly over with in night mode, to be honest.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I want to see that nighttime.
So yeah, this is all kind of the same. I made this
the beehive.
little beehive thing, which is actually a light. So yeah, that just pretty much just took what you had here, just roughened it up a bit and added some animals in. So I felt like this made sense that it would be things that were like, this was already part of the plaza and they just kind of went, how do we make it feel more like a zoo? And so they just put some stuff in here that did that. And then I didn't touch anything in your trees area, apart from added a couple of like enrichment things to pull the peacocks in. But it actually looks really nice with them kind of just playing in and out of this area and in the little kind of, because you kind of just come across them then.
Yeah.
You discover them in the pools and things.
They're kind of a decoration within themselves.
Exactly, they are. There's an extra board there that he's doing. So that's it so far. Let's jump back into. Let's switch the time.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say, what I like about the park is, I mean, it was a park before, but even now it feels more like a real park with just the foliage and more decorations.
Yeah, I'm so glad, guys, because I was a bit worried that you were going to be slightly terrified.
It looks great. It really does.
So I just tried to keep it pretty simple. Like out the front, I just used this. I used these, so they actually look quite. They look quite cool. Sort of blue effect. And then I did.
Yeah, it works off the building good.
Did a bit more. Well, there's a couple of bits on top of this building just to give it kind of some detail and stuff. And then if we come down, that's pretty much. Oh, I added another ring of the lights up here just so it all still stitched together, and that line down there. And then this I think looks really cool now. Let's just grab one of you actually. Beavers. We'll grab you, beavers. And we'll go in here. So again, the point was like not distract from the lighting of the trees.
Oh,
so
yes,
all the light is off to the side.
I love the lighting on the planters. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think these little waterfalls came out pretty well as well. Quite happy with the lighting and stuff in those. It's kind of difficult to get the effect like properly looking like it's lit, but yeah, it looks. I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with the way it came out. I just did like little bits of lighting hidden in the bushes and things, and
yeah, as I said before, it looks even more like a park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been spending quite a lot of time in the dark.
I love how the beehive kind of lights up.
Yeah, which is another one of those things.
I think the trees actually help to make this feel like a real park, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think just like the roughness of all the bushes and things, I felt like when I started adding that, it really started to come together.
Yeah, and the rock work just adds a lot.
Yeah, that also adds a lot.
Let's zoom up. Turn that off. So yeah, that's it, guys.
definitely ties in everywhere together now.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
It does.
Very pleased that you liked it.
What I like most is that, well, I liked the park before, but I felt like it was kind of hard to justify why it was there. And now it feels like it's a proper thing as people make their way to the zoo.
Yeah, and that it just wouldn't be
Yeah.
like roasting hot, and it just feels like it actually feels like quite a nice place to be now, rather than it felt a little bit more like a
Concrete
Like
jungle,
yeah.
kind of.
well, yeah, but also like an
A
art, like a
bacon pad?
modern art thing. Like it was almost like a modern art sort of exhibition.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But now I think it kind of just. So whose turn is it next? Who gets it next? We don't know. Maybe we just-
I guess I'd be willing to try. I wanted to start like
Yeah.
at first, like we don't have any part of the zoo yet besides this entrance, but I was hoping to finally start like an actual part of the zoo with
yeah,
animals.
I think that's
Um,
what it needs next.
I was planning on looking into like rainforest and stuff. I
Cool,
feel like I should work a lot with this.
awesome. All right, guys. Well, we're 35 minutes in, so that's probably a good point to say goodbye to the
Yeah.
peeps.
Yeah,
Cheers, guys.
yeah.
See ya.
Thanks for watching.
So just a last little sign off from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Very much appreciated. Thanks to Thrive and Zekin and Phidiaz for letting me in on this project. Links to those guys' channels in the description. This will be up on the workshop, and yeah, new things come in. As I said, next week there'll be another new secret project revealed. Same time on Friday. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. It really does help out the channel grow and all those sorts of things. And thanks to anyone that's subscribed recently. All right, guys, take it easy. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Toves, and I shall catch you guys on the next one.